Hello everybody on this beautiful Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. I have, I have a very personal story that I want to share with you today, and the reason that I've chosen to do this on Facebook Live is because I'm hoping that this story will reach all the people who need to hear it the most. If you are a parent of a child who has life-threatening food and environmental allergies, or you know somebody who is the parent of a child who has life-threatening food and environmental allergies, please watch this and share this. My older daughter, Emily, some of you know and love dearly. She was born 16 and a half years ago with these life-threatening allergies. They didn't develop over time. She was born with them. She was born covered in eczema and dermatitis. And I remember when I would comment on this to the doctors, their response was, "It's just baby rash. She will outgrow it." Only she didn't outgrow it. And I can remember being at the pool for baby swim lessons and looking somewhat enviously at all the babies who had these beautiful suede-like skin, this special soft baby skin, and my little newborn didn't. And we went from doctor to doctor, and they just kept telling us the same thing. It's just rash, she'll outgrow it. But can you imagine my surprise when I gave her a little tiny bit of ice cream, strawberry ice cream, when she was about 8 months old. We were out somewhere, and I wanted her to try it. And although she licked it, and although she liked it and had a smile on her face, I started to notice these huge welts coming on her lips. I didn't really know what they were because I didn't have any experience with allergies. In fact, I'll be really honest with you, I didn't have a lot of sympathy for people who had allergies, mostly because of my own ignorance. I hadn't really met any children with life-threatening allergies, and the adults that I had met, well, to be honest, I had a story that it was all in their heads. Does that sound familiar to anybody? And it wasn't because I was being mean or anything, it's just that I didn't know. Well, when she showed up with those allergies on her lip, I knew that something was going on. And then the next hint was when she was licked by a dog, just a dog saying hello, and the whole side of her face erupted in hives. And that's when we started taking her to see the allergists and see the specialists. And that's when we started this whole long life of learning how to live with somebody with life-threatening allergies and learning how to keep somebody safe and alive when they have these kinds of allergies. When Emily was 2.5 years old, we nearly lost her. She actually has a memory of flying above Main Island in a helicopter, which she didn't do, at least not physically. But when she told me that at a much older age, I realized that we had come that close to losing her, that she'd actually left her body. She'd had half a pecan. And our allergist at the time had said to us, you know what, by the time she's 2.5, she'll have outgrown this, and you'll be okay to challenge the allergies. One of the things I hope to do with this live broadcast is to dismiss and dispel some of the myths around allergies, and that is one of them. It's one thing to have a sensitivity. It's another thing to have a life-threatening allergy. You don't challenge those. But the allergist was doing the best that she knew how to do, and so at 2.5 years old, Emily had half a pecan. And Emily went into full-blown anaphylactic shock, and we didn't have an Epipen, and we were on Main Island. That's rural. We nearly lost her. And after that, I started to take it a lot more seriously. And here's one of the things that I want to share with you. I was that mom. I was that mom who was in the classroom. I was that mom on every field trip. I was that mom at every party and every social event and every holiday, hovering around everybody else, making sure they washed their hands after they had the cheesies or the cheese or whatever else it was that she was allergic to, because I knew what her reaction was going to be if she got touched by somebody who had salmon on their fingers or cheese on their fingers. But one of the big challenges with having a child who has these kinds of allergies is educating the people around you. And I will say this, our friends and family have been amazing over these 16 years. They have educated themselves. They have listened when we've told them what she needs and what we need. They've been amazing. Please, if you have children who have life-threatening allergies, don't isolate yourself. Talk to people, let them know what's going on, educate them, advocate for your child. It could literally mean life or death. Now, you may be wondering why it is that I'm telling you this today. I want to fast forward to last week when I got a text from Emily in the middle of the day saying, "Mom, I think I just licked a cheese cracker." I thought, what are you talking about? We don't have cheese crackers. How did you get a cheese cracker? I had put rice crackers in her lunch. I had grabbed the box of rice crackers. I didn't even look at them because we don't ever really have cheese crackers in the house. But we'd gone to Costco and we'd bought one of those large boxes with the mix of rice crackers in them. And all the packaging looked the same, and I just didn't look. And she opened up her lunch, and thank goodness she likes to lick her rice crackers before she eats them. And she licked the rice cracker, and she turned to her best friends and said, "This doesn't taste right." And her friends tasted it and said, "That's cheese." I put a cracker in her lunch. And everybody around her was amazing. Her teachers were amazing. She was amazing. She's fine, I wanted to say. She's totally fine. She had a bit of a reaction in her mouth, but because there was so little of the powder on the cracker and she didn't eat the cracker, she was okay. We didn't need to use the Epipen. She had her antihistamines, and I drove as fast as I could down the highway to get to the school to be there with her. And it brought it all back. Because for the last 16 years, at least the last 5 years, we've become complacent to an extent. We've normalized what this experience is like. She's gotten older, she can make her own decisions, she knows what she can and cannot eat, and I've stepped back a little bit from all of it. When you have a child who has life-threatening allergies, your whole world changes. And not only for you, but for the child. Because here's what Emily said to me after we knew she was going to be okay. She said, "Mom, I'm really glad I didn't die." And I said, "Yeah, love, me too." And in my heart, I said, "You have no idea how grateful I am that you're okay." So as we come up to the holiday season, here's a few things that you can do to make your life easier if this is your experience, and here's some things that the people around you can do. First of all, the people around you are not ultimately responsible for the well-being of your child or for you. That's your job, okay? So from a very early age, I always made sure I had food on hand. I made sure that Emily's experience was as normal as possible so that when the birthday cake came out and the ice cream came out, she had something that she could eat that let her participate in the events that were going on around her. I learned to bake, and I was not a baker. And I learned to cook everything because we didn't trust processed foods. We couldn't. So make these things for your child. Make your life easier that way. Let the people around you know what's going on. Don't apologize for the kinds of things that your child is allergic to. That could mean life or death. Come into the home and let them know and tell them you'll help them. And if you know that the places you're going to go are going to have foods that your child is going to be allergic to, and if they're young enough that they might eat them, you are going to have to be that mom. You're going to have to be right there beside them. And when people who are well-meaning say things to you like, maybe she'll outgrow them, or why don't you challenge them, or it can't be that bad, just please take a deep breath and recognize that they just don't know. And your job is to educate them and let them know and help them to understand. Thank you so much for listening. Please share this with somebody if you know that they've got these kinds of things going on. And I'm more than happy to help people navigate the holidays. I'm more than happy to give them tips and share what's worked for us and help make this experience for everybody easier. And I also know what it's like. So if you need someone to talk to, please reach out and talk to me. You can reach me here on Facebook. You can reach me through my website. This isn't a sales pitch. This is truly coming from my heart. I want to help you if this is the kinds of experiences that you're having, because I know what it's like, and I know what we can do to make it easier for you. So thank you, everybody, and to all the friends and family out there who have taken the time to make Emily feel completely comfortable and safe in your homes. Thank you. We call it being Emily friendly, right? All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful Sunday.